Hello, hello, hello. This is Denise Diane, and I am okay. Got a hair flying loose on my face, and it tickled my nose. I hate when that happens. One time I pulled the hair, and I literally pulled it out of my socket of my head. That's what I wanted to talk about. So, of course, anyway, I'm sitting up here at my creaky art table, and DJ's in there asleep, so I'm gonna try to be quiet. Today is a day that my life is going to change, going in a different direction. Been doing some things to take care of myself, shall I say. Don't want to go into the details of how my life is shifting, what changes I am making. I will say one of the changes I am making is to seriously take it so seriously about my girth. Gotta lose. I literally have to lose like a whole adult person in order to get into the shape that I want to be in. Or 5 little kids, or 2 preteens, or 3 preteens. I literally have to lose 100. That's 2 people, 4 kids, probably 8 infants. 155 pounds of fat need to come off my body. And how am I going to do that? Sitting down, reading books all the time, or doing all pastels, or standing still, painting, or sewing things. Yeah, I have to manage my life in a way where I want it to reflect how I want to live tomorrow, and tomorrow, if I am gifted and blessed with those tomorrows, right? Then I came across, I'm watching artists right now. I'm in the background. It's on mute, but I love seeing visual art, and I had to turn away from some bookish channels because I just been going on good free. Nope, I don't want that one. Nope, nope. Ooh, he said this is good. Ooh, she said this was great. And I just been buying and being influenced like normal, So not only does the library influence me more than anyone on BookTube, or I have a TikTok, or probably a couple, but I don't have the app downloaded, so I don't ever go on there. Only time I usually go on there, Grandma, watch me on my TikTok. Aunt Niecy, watch me on my TikTok. Then I start uploading. But anyway, that's neither here nor there about this video. So I'm watching this artist, right? And this is what I meant to say. So basically what this video is about, we're not going to get too off topic, but there's a lot of topics. See? And I'm trying to give you snips of each topic. I'm not going to come to some grand conclusion and like finality of how my life is going to be lived to the T. Who can do that? I know there's a trend also. I wanted to mention this one day. People my age and older. I think the range, or some of the people's titles are even, if you're 50 and over, you should get a YouTube channel immediately, right? And I'm thinking, okay, so what they doing? Giving money out to a bunch of YouTubers, or guaranteeing their success? What is YouTube like? I'm thinking everybody's doing this urgency. If you're 50 and over, you have a multitude of experience to, upload your BookTube, your YouTube videos, BookTube too, YouTube videos now. Get a YouTube channel if you're, blah, blah, blah. Give all this advice, your wisdom, when some of us are still going through it. And most people always feel that if you are a certain age, in America especially, because this is the country that I live in, and this is the culture of the country, is kick your kids out at 18. You should be doing this at 25, graduated high school, college, and on your first business maybe, I don't know. By 30 something, you should have it all figured out and got 2.3 kids with your husband, only your first husband. By 40 something, maybe you should have divorced and at least got the business and the land and everything else going for you. Just a whole bunch of rhetoric about where we should be at, depending on what age we are, right? And so, yeah. I watched several of those videos. I'm like, what is going on here? Is YouTube literally, that my first thought was, is YouTube guaranteeing some monetization just because you have a wealth of knowledge at 50 and up? I'm thinking I'm 59. I already got a channel, been having a channel for 18 years. I am not in the algorithm. If you go back to some older videos, you can tell I was in a sweet little algorithm before, the 1,000 views and this, that, and the other, and then 500 views and 400 and something views and 300 and something views to 200 and something views. So I was losing momentum with the algorithm or whatever. I wasn't doing nothing different. And that could be the reason. Maybe you wanted to see the progression of things getting better and better and better for me, or maybe I said I was going to do a certain thing or read a certain book or finish a certain piece of artwork and my life was chaotic because I was still working and I didn't finish said thing. I didn't give you an update and I'm just living a very winged, chaotic life, and that's just not for the algorithm or for you or anyone else, whatever the reason is. So these trendy things that are happening are fine. That's just the way social media is. I'm not griping about it, but I noticed that sometimes in the comments section of those 50 and up videos and people quitting their job, and then, or you got, offer this advice, this is your niche. If you've raised grandkids, this is your niche. Tell people how to raise their, if you've knit for 50 years in your life and you opened up a little shop and that's your niche, teach the young people and the middle-aged people or whatever, or people your age, to get a new passion and knit sweaters and open up a little shop and sell them. Okay, fine. But if you're 50 and over, get a channel right now. So I'm thinking, why? At first I thought, oh, that's a good idea, to somebody's having as much fun at their age as I am on YouTube, talking to some of the same people, sending some of the same messages, even snail mail. Hi, Stephanie, which I got to send her something real soon because I thought about her the other day and I'm like, I want to send her a plant or something that goes to her doorstep, and I need to give her my new address. I've probably changed the address 3 different times, and Stephanie always finds a way to get me a card, right, every single year, and I love it. And there are other people I connect with on YouTube that I've never met in real life, none of them, but I still have kept in touch with, right, and still to this day. So in that respect, if you are older like myself and for the most part an introvert, or even more introverted than I am, because I do love the outdoors, but sometimes it takes me a minute to get out there. And a minute, I mean like a snatch of a minute. In black lingo, a minute, if it takes a minute, it can be a week or 2 or 3. If I say, yeah, it took me a minute to get outside, I don't mean an actual minute. I mean, it could have taken me months to step outside my door. Okay, that's what I mean. And I know most of you understand that, but some people don't, because I actually have had somebody say, well, you said you were going to call me, but in a minute. I didn't mean that. I'll call you in a minute, girl. At some point, I'm going to call you. That's what I meant. At some point, that we're going to connect and we'll talk over the phone. That's what I meant. But anyway, what I'm seeing is that some people are just taking the trend of upload a video if you are 50 and above. Do it now as a trend, and you're just getting views for your channel, and you really don't have any solid advice or what people are actually looking for. Like, really. I don't want to ever claim that I'm an influencer, because influencers have, to me, product. Okay, books are products, but I think in the booking world, I always thought of influencing in the booking world a little different, although I've been influenced to buy books, because it's what we do. We buy books, we read them, we actually take part, open up the books, read them, whether we DNF them or enjoy a little bit of it. Now, like I got a whole bunch of them with, I'm right in the middle, but I'm not in the mood for that right now, so I done read about 10 books before I get back to that book. This is what we do. So yes, I've been influenced to buy several books since I've been on YouTube. Okay? And I've been told, Denise made me buy this book. I picked up this book because of Denise. I remember Kamal making a video like that. He picked up some suggestions because of me, right? And so it just goes around. We all do it. We all love doing that. But when I'm talking about being an influencer at 50, because you got all this advice to give, and I thought, that's a really good idea when I watched a couple of people's. Then as you watch one, a million others are going to come up with that same type of title, same subject matter, what have you. Then you start to notice, oh, it's just a trend. They really are just trying to get views for their channel because they've maybe been on YouTube as long as I have. So maybe, oh, it's a trend. Okay, that's how you're getting the 20,000 views or 457,000 views and so forth, because you hopped on the trend train of saying, okay, I'm 50 and above. Let me tell you how life is. Now, I have come on this channel, especially remember the time when I was in Austin and I hurt my knee. And I was like, do it now, young people. I've been telling my son for the last 15 years, as I get older and as he gets older, do it now. Told my other kids that, who are older than him. But I'm with him more often, so I'm constantly telling him, if you want to go to Japan now. There's going to get a point to your life now that I know that you might not want to do those things. And it's not because you've lost the passion for it. It's just you're older and you just kind of become more settled. And you want to venture less. Maybe you just want to pick up a book about Japan instead of, actually experiencing it. I wanted him to go for a whole year. Still hasn't done it. And maybe that's just not on his trajectory anymore. But at a time when it is, you should do it and get the experience and then be better for it and change your life in a different way. Because life is about getting and seeing and taking beauty in this world and having it affect your life in a beautiful way. We all get bombarded with war and terrible stories, and I remember watching SVU and going, why is that on all day? Why is Special Victims Unit? I enjoyed it when I was watching it. I loved the cast, so forth and so on. And then I'm thinking, why am I allowing this in my home all day from sun up to sundown while I'm cleaning up the house, reading a book? It's just on, right? While I'm painting and I'm watching show after show after show, Criminal Minds, because Shamar, okay? And I love that whole cast. I love Criminal. When Criminal Minds came out, I never watched it. I was thinking I'll watch Shamar later because right now I'm watching Shamar movies or whatever. But then I watched it because, I went all the way back to Derek, young Derek, till up and he left, and him and Spencer were like brothers, and it made me cry, right? But I'm thinking Criminal Minds, these people were dismembering bodies, and then SVU with the constant rape cases. Whew. Influencers, influencing, and the amount of books that I have with rape in it, murder, colonizing, slavery, beheading, just okay. Horror. Stephen King is on my shelf. Okay, yeah, we have just welcomed violence into our society. Of course, has a lot of violence, but we've welcomed that part of society. We've become it. No, I'm not out here becoming a what do they call them, on Criminal Minds, what do they call them, the suspects, the whatever, you know what I'm talking about, you just said it. Oh, can't think. But anyway, if anything, why hasn't SVU put me in a direction to go to maybe a place where I can volunteer and help people of whether it's domestic sexual abuse, rape victims, anybody within the Me Too community. Why haven't I lent a helping hand instead of just watching it and being entertained by it? Am I really entertained? So, yeah, about that. And I bring that up with the whole 50-year-old trend that's going on right now to get views. Yes, a lot of people have a lot of life lessons to teach you, and maybe you can listen to it. You know, maybe your parents gave you the same information, but you just skimmed over it just like I did. I mean, I didn't stay home like my mother wanted me to. I didn't go to college like she wanted me to become a teacher like she wanted me to, believe that I could. All the books that I told her I wanted to write, she believed I could write them. Have I written those books? I only did 3, and they were poetry. They weren't the stories and the novels that I have wanted to thus far, right? And you're never too late to write a book, yes. As long as I can see and think and type and write or whatever, I can actually do it if I just discipline myself. That is one of the things that I want to change, that I spoke of at the beginning of this video, is to actually work on the writing subjects that I've started, and I've got a great start, right? I've got all the ideas in my head. I just need to continue on, but I need to choose one. Just like with how in high school, having 5 and 6 different classes, having 5 and 6 different books for each class, reading all those books simultaneously, and which also developed, and how I read, was constantly going to the library, still going to the library. Got some library books on here that I want to talk about today, and some of them are going to go back, and so that's one of the things I want to do and talk about, is not picking up so many library books. It's the end of the year. It's November. Got December next month. So there are some books I want to read that are on my shelf that I've been purchasing. Some of them just sitting there from being purchased like 10 years ago. Yes, brand new 10 years ago. Just moving them around, paying them to move here and packing them. Okay, so some of those changes I'm going to try to make. And as we always do in the book world, we set goals and we may start good and run with it, and then stop and move a different route, but still doing something bookish, right? Creating another goal when the other goal ain't even complete. So say all that to say that SVU, Criminal Minds, they are influencing us in a certain way to either watch more of that type, read more that time, and what does it do to the things that we wanted to do outside of watching all of that or reading all of that? Did we really want to write some of that, or just write the things that we wanted to write about? We're watching these stories. We're watching from the beginning to the end. Criminal Minds, the way it flows is amazing. The SVU, the way the story is told and the way it ends up, I mean, sometimes it's like the person actually wasn't, or attacked, they were cuckoo. I mean, it's just all kind of stories, and you just get, if you're anything like me, you love stories and you get inspired. Like, my story's nothing like that, but I can write stories like that, but why haven't I? Because I'm too busy watching them and constantly being motivated and constantly being influenced and constantly seeing trends spark and flow and ebb and flow and spark to a point where I didn't get anything done because I'm watching the trends. I'm watching all the finished stories. I'm reading finished stories, not finishing my stories, right? So at some point we have to cut it off or get a balance. So I got my laptop on, trying to figure out what the heck's going on with my mouse, why I don't see the little thing on here. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Finally, it took that long because my laptop is old. Do I need another one? Yes. But this one is fine for now because I just upload videos and stuff to YouTube. I need to go on and take a lot of them and delete them off to make some more room. And then this is also where my books are, so I can type up. So I'm going to do some writing after this video, and that is another thing that I wanted to say that will be changing. So the weight has got to come off. I got to get serious about my walking, and I got some weights here that I just haven't been using. I'll start doing some squats, and then the next day I was like, I'm going to sit down and read this book because I want to talk about it on book 2. It's a cop-out. It's a mess. So I'm going to have to definitely keep my reading and keep talking about the book, but I can't have that consume a large portion of the day. I would like to, when I finish the book, take the notes, or get back to putting it in the journal, and then that's why I'm doing Wednesday reader series. Then Wednesday I can go to my notes, show you all that book. If it's a library book, dropped it off at the library, didn't check out anything else because again it's the end of the year, and that's that on that. And also that day I would have started in the morning to do my walking before I do anything else, before I go to work, of course not before I pray and brush my teeth. So do that, get up in the morning, get all cleaned up, do my walking, and then do, even if it's just 30 minutes of writing, get into the habit. Like I used to write 3 pages a day or write 3 poems a day, right? And that's how I did my poetry books. I was like, I got a lot of material. I got 30 poems. I got more than that, and comprised a book, right? So with the stories, I got a lot written. I just need to go in there and edit some, get to the middle, or work out the middle. Got a lot of the end, so I just need to finish the book. I need to do a lot more writing for the filling in of things, because I'm not just going from start, middle, end. Things come out at a different time, and then I can place it where it needs to go. So I need to just do that, maybe 30 minutes a day to an hour every day to 2 hours every day. Same with the painting. Paint, that's thunder, it's raining outside, and get to a point where things are a lot more compartmentalized. Now I work 10 hours a day. That could be changing, but for 10 hours, if I can do that for someone else, I can compartmentalize my things that I'm passionate about. I've got my sewing stuff in here, actually the fabrics I'm going to show you. I'm going to write, and I finished a book, was it yesterday? What is today? Anyway, and yeah, it was yesterday I finished the book, and then I started another one of hers, or actually this is the first one, Brianna Cole. This is the one I'm currently reading. Started off cute, funny, laughing, but I'm on page 46, and it's a little, going from one girlfriend book to a next. I'm not there right now. Today I'm not in the mood for that. I was in the mood for this. I actually did laundry today. So I read up to page 46 at the laundromat, after only reading like maybe the first chapter this morning before the laundromat, right? And so it's cute and all, but I just read a good girlfriend book, and that was Letitia Lovely, and it's probably over there on my nightstand. And I really liked it, and at some point I did put that down and picked up the Bee Sting, remember? Because I wanted something more literary. And the Bee Sting is literary, but it's also wasn't no better than the girlfriend book so far. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And so, and it's a whole bunch of book. And so for it to just to be this, it started off as a man murdering his family. It's on the first page, okay? And then the rest is about these rich girls. And it's still about the rich girls. And so I put it down and finished up Letitia Lovely, right? Then picked up this because I'm like, these are due on the 6th today. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's due on the 6th. I need to finish at least this one. in order to determine if I want to continue on with the series, which I do have, right? Except for I'm missing one. And right now at page 46, I don't like the writing style. It was cute, and then sometimes the sentences are not as, I don't know. It got kind of repetitive. I'm like, okay, sis, you said that. but just, okay, so basically, Keon, let's see here, Jamad, and Adria, and of course Kimmy, the main character who's the narrator. Her parents, her father is a preacher, her mother obviously the first lady. They want her to go to church, but she out here having an affair with a married man. Okay, that's her life. No, anyway, and then he's arrogant, beautiful, gorgeous, of course. I mean, when they in love with these guys in these books, they're always beautiful and gorgeous, and so are the women. They're beautiful and gorgeous. So it's a whole beautiful and gorgeous story, right? But, you know, marriages are happening, polygamy is happening. Her brother is, he's an H, okay, figure it out. And he's just gallivanting around swinging things, and her friend is one of the girls he's seeing for all these years, and it's just, yeah. But it was funny and cute at the beginning, and now I've gotten to a point where I'm like, okay, wait, huh? Okay. Oh, okay. Alright, so just not in the girlfriend mood right now because I don't want this to influence my writing, which of course it can't. But I guess it can. Anything can influence you. You just have to make sure you're paying attention and being true to your voice. I'd rather read Karl Ove Knausgaard, which is on my night shift. But I purchased the book and I'm gonna wait on that one, take that one back to the library. So I got some books down here that I wanted to show you guys that you've already seen from the library, but I'm going to determine whether I take them back or not. And then also wanted to show you this fabric. So like I said, this video is about a lot of different things, and I'm not going to come to some conclusive thing about my life other than the fact that I have made some changes already, and some of the changes that I need to make about, like the weight I said, about not checking any more books out at the library. Just going through the ones that I have and taking some back and reading all these books that I've been getting in the mail, now looking into my shelves, and maybe, what do you guys think? If I read more from the library and I'm sitting up here buying books and just shelving them and then reading some from my shelf and again more from the library, should I start thinking of my bookshelves as a library checkout, like give myself 2 weeks, renew it, and give myself another 2 weeks, and in 4 weeks I need to get a certain amount, you know, of books that I chose maybe to read, and if I don't read them in 4 weeks, unhaul them or give them away after I finished, you know, during those 4 weeks, to make room for all these books that because I'm not buying another shelf. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I'm pulling gray-haired naps out the back of my head. Anywho, so that's what I want to talk about in the next video, is basically trying to adopt the style that the library has, and knowing that I got to take it back in 2 weeks or 4 weeks, depending on how many times they automatically renew it. But I know that there's a timeline, and maybe that's why I get through so many library books versus my own books, when my excuse for buying books is like, I don't have to turn it back to the library, I don't have a timeline, so I'm gonna buy it and keep it. I don't have to turn it into nothing. But then it just sits there for years, right? As it watches me go to the library every single week. It used to be twice a week. Now I'm knuckled down, streamlined it down to once a week at the library, right? So those kind of changes. And then the other change, yeah, the other change. Am I a 59-year-old needing to upload a YouTube channel and give all kind of life advice like the trend is. Have I ever been influenced to quit a job, stay at a job? Who influenced me? I remember being influenced by my sister. She always had a couple of jobs, so I grew up a lot. There's a big swatch of my 20s where I always thought I had to have 2 jobs. And then when I didn't have 2 jobs, I was going to school full-time and had a full-time job and was raising kids and had a husband. Okay? So then I remember the first time that I just did 1 job. I was like, what do I do? Who am I? Yeah, it felt weird. It felt very weird. So, am I a person, and you can ask this of yourself also since you're watching YouTube, or have a channel of your own, or just watch a lot of YouTubers. Are you influenced by fashion trends? Do you buy a lot of things? Do you go to the comments, not the comment section, but the box where they have the link of where they got this camera, this scarf, this pair of shoes, this dress, this coat, this booked this trip with this travel agency, bought these books? Are you easily influenced, or do you like, is that just a part of the way you shop now? Because a lot of times I think it's just part of the way that we shop. We interact with each other, we influence each other. Hey, this was really good with my hair. It might work on your style of hair or grade of hair as well. So we get influenced. I've been influenced to buy, obviously, books, because to me that's a natural, that's a given. Okay, that's a given. But it's still an influence because I've been influenced. Same time I'm watching your video, I done push the money's out of my account before your video ends to purchase that book, and it is on its way. I'm getting an email. We've got your order. Your book is on its way. And I'm still watching you. I didn't even wait to see if you didn't like the book, because at first you liked it enough that I'm thinking, oh, that sounds interesting. Right? Have I bought hair care products? Yes, based on certain people that I've watched in the past. Have I ever purchased a wig and been influenced to do that? Yes, to play in. Have I ever purchased any clothes based on an influencer? I don't buy designer clothes. I don't care if I was a billionaire. There are certain things that I just don't need or want or have any flair for. I know I would buy certain clothes, obviously, if I had that much money. But it would probably be black designers, and I'd probably still dress in t-shirts and skirts, or button-down white shirts, or button-down black shirts and a skirt, colorful African skirt. That's just my aesthetic, and some Converse tennis shoes. I have them in every color. High-top Converse in every color, and some nice walking and running shoes for my miles that I need to walk and get back to, right? Have I been influenced by, what else? Art? Most definitely. I have learned certain oil pastels that, like, what's his name? Black Bean is amazing with oil pastels. I've always loved oil pastels, but the brand that I bought, I just thought it was the best. After, this is what happens to my hand. This is why sometimes I don't. This is, oh man, I got a cramp. See my thumb? I can't freaking move it to save my life right now. It hurts bad, which means I'm dehydrated, like most Americans. So anyway, after I go get some water and do some typing, 30 minutes is probably all I can do, and at a time. But what I was saying is the influencing of factor of having a YouTube channel, no matter what it is you're talking about. I've been influenced to go buy a certain camera. Someone told me to buy a certain style or brand of camera for my laptop. I did, and it worked amazingly until it didn't, and then I bought another one because I really like that brand. But so yes, you get some really great recommendations for online. But one thing that I just didn't, which I think you can use the information, and it's just that it's so much, and it's not even that I think if you're over 50 and you want to give advice, instead of doing it because it's a trend and you get a lot of people flowing to your channel, I'm hoping that you were already given your advice before without it being a trend. Like when I was making that video about doing certain things now until hopefully your body doesn't break down or the want goes away because you're getting older. It wasn't like I was hopping on a trend. Oh, I'm over 50. Let me give you this information. You should do this to other 50-year-olds. And I don't know. I think if you have something to say, just say it. Just don't start titling your videos, because I watched a few, I'm telling you, and some people are really good at giving great advice and their life experiences and the stories that they tell. If for nothing else, they're just white noise in the background. I'm going, yeah, girl. Oh, see, there's a guy that's got a whole big old bookshelf. I done probably watched this a million times. One of my favorite art channels is the Louisiana channel, and they talk to artists. And this artist got a million pencils, paintbrushes, and books. He is exactly, what we do. Oh, so much better. Yeah, now it just feels like pain. But anyway, let me see. Ooh, Jesus, I've been talking. But fabric. Let me just bend down and pick that up. This is the one I made curtains out of, and I sold them at the art show, so I got more. I got 2 of these, right? And I freaking love green, and yeah, so cool. And these are not made in Africa. This is an African-esque looking print, and so it just says African fabric, but I don't believe it's an African, like made in Africa. I think it's made in China, possibly, but you just really can't, it doesn't say on here, but I think it said it on the site somewhere. But the thing is, you can't deny the beauty of the fabric. I love the colors, and I want pillowcases and curtains, and that's what I'm going to be making out of this today. So, see that? It's freaking beautiful. So it's like a navy blue, white, yellow, black, and greens. 2 different types of green. Dark green, light green. That's not black, that's actually navy blue. And then black designs, yellow and white. I freaking love this. It's so nice. That's so nice. This is best quality. And I had people coming up and touching it to see if it was African cloth and whatever, and I'm thinking, yeah, I know it's not the same when I get it at Pan-African Connection, but I'm making curtains out of it, not making an outfit because I don't know how to do that, but believe me, when I learn how to make a wrap skirt, especially when I lose all this weight, I don't care. I will make it out of that cheap fabric. And I wouldn't say it's cheap because, I am spending my coins on it. And then I'm sewing stuff and selling it. And this is another one that I'm trying out because I really liked the color combination. Here it is. It's like blue, black, teal, yellow, and like a mustard yellow or golden color. Freaking love this too. Look at that. Yeah, you can see this on Amazon. You can buy them there too. It's not a secret. And then the other one's that same green one. That's that on the fabric. So making my way through some of these books, trying to figure out which ones I'm going to keep. I really want to keep this one. This one is Familia, a novel, Lauren E. Rico. And then Everything Is Not Enough, Lola Akinmati Ackerstrom, best-selling author of In Every Mirror She's Black, which I have. Both checked out, which I've shown you. So today, since that girlfriend book is not hitting it, the Brianna Cole, which it was really funny at the beginning, but again, it got caught up to a point where it's starting to get really juvenile, like the back and forth with the dialogue and the repeating why she doesn't like this guy, and it's like real childish, and she's real still hurt about something he did and somebody he's seeing or just whatever. But then a couple more pages go by and she's involved with somebody, and then when she sees the guy that she used to be in love with, her brother's friend, she says the same thing. You know, the whole and jealousy and the girl and his fiance and I don't care and this, that, and the third. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, not right now, not right now. But I kind of want to finish it because it's so full of drama and tea. And it was so hilarious at the beginning. She need to get back to the funny, and I hope it does. So I'll tell y'all how that goes with the Brianna Cole. So in Every Mirror She's Black, I'm going to start with these three and see if I'm going to keep these, and then I'll go to the next three, which are the James McBride, Yellowface, Evil Eye, and Esmeralda, and something else. So I got at least 2, 5, and a whole bunch of Brianna Cole and Still the Bee Sting as library books to check out. I've already decided to take back the Carl Ove Knausgaard because I bought it. It's on its way. It's one of those books. Okay, so these three I'm going to be going into today after doing some reading or writing. And so I've got reading, writing, and sewing, and to venture around the blocks with some walking and some weightlifting. And that is going to be not just my day, but trying to incorporate small snatches of time, like 30 minutes or an hour, doing those things and see how that works. I've already done laundry today, the laundromat, me. And I've already put dishes away from the dishwasher. Yeah, these are things I literally would be just sitting here reading a book going, DJ can do that laundry. I'm trying to finish this Brianna Cole, if I like it or not. So yeah. I'm just going to go out in my little storage room and just paint. Or let me go and sew. And I'll be trying to sew all day, or paint all day, or read all day. And I've never written all day. So I'm trying to get it in while I can. And I'm done talking because I done talked a lot. And this may be the only video of the day. Peace. I don't know who that is. Ouch. That hurt. Illinois? Oh my God, I just bent and I hurt something. See, this is why you gotta lose weight. Because you ain't stretched out in a whole 3-4 months a year. I got nothing else. I got a whole bunch of stuff. But the change that I'm making and those things. Oh, Pat Conroy book. Been on my shelf forever. Bye. Bye. This has been Wednesday Reader Series. This is what readers do. They try to make sure that they're sitting around reading all day, that they get other things done and focus on some stuff that they really need to do in their lives, like finish the book, lose that weight, ignore calls. I don't recognize it, didn't have nobody's name, it just said Illinois. Illinois who? I don't know nobody in no Illinois. So anyway, I really don't. I don't know nobody in Illinois. And let me see if they sent a text message. Oh, my book, The Fountainhead. What's it say? Oh, that text was from someone else. Anyway, I've just been sitting here talking. This is Wednesday Reader Series. So you know that I'm finishing, or finished, Letitia Lovely, because I'll put that video before this one. And this video right here, obviously afterwards. And tell me what you're reading, and tell me if you're making any personal goals. If you are influenced by a lot of trendy videos, how did it wreck you, ruin you, or enlighten you for the rest of your life? You've taken those life lessons and you've run with them and it worked, and you want to say, hey, Miss Denise, this bit of information I got from this particular channel or that particular channel, or I got an influence to get this particular book. I enjoyed it, so that was an enjoyable part of my life. I am not getting on influencers because I watch these people. These people be me. and I'm not a paid influencer. I'm just saying. And that was not my ever in my intent to do that, to be somebody's influencer. But I know that if I like a book and somebody picks it up and they like it too, then they tell a friend and they tell a friend. Because I've seen it, I've watched it, I've become it, I am it, and all of those things. And maybe I should jump on the trends and get some more views, because it ain't like I'm stopping talking. Can't even shut off this video. But I'm gonna try harder. Let me go ahead and get this 30 minutes in for writing. It is currently 1:40, and all I did is house cleaning stuff, read a little bit, and you already know that. Go watch Criminal Minds or something.